problems themselves. I like their offensive line and
Yeah.
defensive line. They're not running the ball as much. Jalen Hurts is now a little. He's limping. So he might be hurt. And he just hasn't been. He's been playing good, but he hasn't been playing great. And the thing is, the reason why they got to the Super Bowl last year is because he played great to like.
Because he played great.
You know, you can't play good to great. You got to play great to MVP level, and that's what he was doing. So he hasn't been playing to that. And I know they got a new offensive coordinator, still trying to figure things out. I expect the Eagles to lose maybe five games, maybe 6 games this season. So it was good to see them, you know, come out after a loss and respond and win. The only thing I can really say about Miami is that I feel like we're getting to the point where like people are going to start saying they're overrated a little bit because they haven't really beat anybody. I mean, they haven't beat any plus 500 team, nor have they beat a team with a winning record, you know, let alone with a winning record. So, and when they go up against those teams, they get beat by multiple scoring touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Miami is approaching that status where it's like, are you guys like for real? Or are you guys overrated? I still think they'll win the division. I think they'll come out the AFC East. But when it comes to the playoffs and you're talking divisional and you're talking or divisional and onwards and you're going against the big dogs, how are you going to perform? So that remains to be seen about Miami. But they'll probably get a couple quality wins and people will be right back on their net. So that's my final take from it.
Yeah, I still see the both those teams winning their divisions. Still, like just a great quality matchup to watch as a primetime game. And then there was another game last night, the Monday night game with the Niners at the Vikings. That was another surprising loss for. That was more of a surprising loss, I should say, for the Niners. Losing to Kirk on primetime football. We all know how Kirk is on primetime. Yeah, exactly. No Justin Jefferson. Jordan Addison tore it up. Again, I think it was just another one of those games where the Niners just played down to their competition and just didn't deliver in the clutch. I know that they're hurt. But they missed a couple starters offensively. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I still feel like they're gonna win the division, but it's just I just didn't expect it. I just didn't expect the game to end like
that. Sometimes you play down to your competition. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you look at the schedule, you're like, oh, we're playing the Vikings. Oh, the Vikings ain't got no Justin Jefferson. Oh, it's going to be easy. And then, they come, they pop you in the mouth a couple times. You're like, oh, and it stuns you and you just ain't able to recover. I think they'll be all right. Again, 49ers, another team that, I expect to lose 5-6 games this season. I think Brock Purdy going to be all right still. They were missing a couple guys when Debo wasn't there. Christian McCaffrey, he was there, but I think that they'll be all right. I think that the 49ers at the end of the day will still come out in the division, like you said. The Vikings is one of those, like, this doesn't make the Vikings good all of a sudden. I still think they're a bad football team. They just, it's kind of like that one week where the Cardinals ran up on Dallas. And it was like, oh, my God, they got smacked. But then the Cardinals went right back to being trash. Like, I think it's going to be the same thing. I think, 49ers next week, Vikings going to lose, 49ers going to win their game, whatever. So sometimes it happens like that. You play down to the competition's level. And I think that's really what happened. And, they'll bounce back. No issues.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, if there's no other games that stand up to you, I think I'm good. I don't know.
Because we was at the game on Sunday, so I really wasn't paying attention to too much other NFL football.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Did the Broncos win?
They beat the Packers, yeah.
They beat the Packers, right. Jordan Love, I don't know too much about Jordan Love, but losing to the Broncos ain't good. But I know he's been throwing a lot of picks. Maybe he needs more time to. I mean, it's really his first year, so I'm not gonna bag on him too badly. I know the Bears won with their backup QB, so I was there we go. I think Justin Fields might be a little injured longer. We'll see.
The Lions got crushed by the Ravens.
Lions got crushed. That was surprising because the Lions defense didn't show up. I mean, Lions at all didn't show up. They scored 7 points the whole game, so they didn't show up. It was like 28-0 for the longest. So Ravens are nice. I had them coming out the AFC North. Lamar's balling, and wow, my God, look what happens when the receivers is catching the passes and not
Exactly. Yeah.
So Ravens
Makes
is
a big
cool.
difference.
You know what I'm saying? Ravens is cool. There was one more game I wanted to chime on before we got out of here. I just wanted to say something real quick because I seen something. Oh man. We said the Bears, we said the Ravens. There was another the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
The Giants. Daniel Jones sucks, bro. Tyrod Taylor, didn't Tyrod Taylor score more touchdowns in the last game than Daniel Jones did all season so far, if I'm not mistaken?
Like that. Yeah.
Bro, Tyrod Taylor, like, I think he's starting level quarterback. It's just sometimes these narratives get placed on guys, and it's like, oh, these guys are trash or whatever. They're only
he should start for them, though.
I think at this point he should start for him. He's a better option. Daniel Jones he's not it, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's
not it. He's pretty
That's
trash.
been proven.
It's been proven at this point. You've had plenty of time. You've had 2 different coaches and all this kind of stuff. Like, you've been in the league 5 years. You got paid big money. Trash, dog. You ain't improved your game. And like, yeah, I kind of don't even want to watch Daniel Jones play football. And the New York Giants screwed up so badly paying all that money to him and not paying Saquon Barkley. Idiots over there in New York. With that being said, there's idiots over there in Cleveland too. Deshaun Watson just doesn't look like himself no more, bro. He doesn't. I don't know what it is. I think it's mental. I think all that stuff has happened, and I think it's mental. But he doesn't look like himself. And you paid him like $200+ million. So that contract, the Russell Wilson contract, the Daniel Jones contract, those 3 contracts to me are like the worst quarterback contracts in the league right now.
The Dak Prescott contract. In
my mind, I was thinking Dak. The only reason why I didn't say Dak was because I was trying to show him a little love. But given the expectations, yes, the Dak Prescott contract also has been pretty trash. It's a bad contract. He hasn't showed up either.
I agree. Yeah, no, all those other quarterback contracts, though, I don't know what these guys are thinking. None of those guys are going to win you a Super Bowl. Like, it's just.
Well, I mean, Deshaun Watson. Well, really, they were supposed to, though. Deshaun Watson, when last seen with Houston, he was balling. You know, even though he had a terrible season, the team had a terrible season. He was balling with Houston. So last season, it was like when last seen, it was like, oh, okay, like, let's pay this guy because he's balling. Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl, been to 2. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And when last seen, like, usually it's let Russ cook. Even though the last season in Seattle, I would say the beginning of the season he was balling. At second half he wasn't. It was still like, okay, well, he's proven. Dak Prescott is okay. This man's in his prime. Let's incentivize him. Daniel Jones is contract extension. This is the guy for the future. All 4 organizations were dead wrong. So that's and we're just seeing it play out right now. So
well, that's our week 7 takeaways. Great experience at our game in LA. So we look forward to going to more football games in the future, of course. But yeah, just had to shout out Steeler Nation showing out to LA and Inglewood this week, and hopefully we keep rolling on this season, man. And best of luck to both teams, by the way.
The LA Rams need to step it up. What are we doing? Are we competing? Or what are we doing?
Just get a new kicker, man. You'll be fine.
I know, for real. 2 losses that we shouldn't have not lost. What are we doing, LA Rams? Come on, man. Last year was last year. This is a whole new season now. No more excuses. I'm tired. Are we going to compete? Are we going to be good? Or are we going to be mediocre? Because I'm not watching if we're going to be mediocre.
Nope, not with that. So with that, we're going to wrap things up. I'm your host, Young NU, where you can find me on Instagram is YUNG_N.U, and you can search me at Young NU on all music platforms, baby.
Hamilton James on all music platforms, Instagram, Hennessy Ham, TikTok, 818 Hammy. I'll see y'all soon.
See we go. Endzone Emcees, we out.
Hey.